Hello and welcome back to my fifth episode of my Aston Villa career on Football Manager. Now, as you can tell, I'm wearing my other Aston Villa shirt this time. This is one from the Premier League with Sir John McGinn on the back. Again, to clarify, I'm not an actual fan of Aston Villa, I'm just an avid shirt collector. But anyway, let's look to kick on with a save. So, quick reminders of kind of where we're at. This is obviously the squad. This is where we are after the games so far. So let's dive back in. Watford up next, which again I'm hoping is a winnable game. Martinez, I'm about to pay out more for him, that's fine. Watkins the same, that's fine. Important win. Beat Everton 5-0. Realistic. Anyway. So yeah, obviously, quick recap, schedule wise. That was not a kind run for us. We obviously want to kick on now with that 1-0 win at Norwich. But it's not the easiest month. Just have to see how we get on coming up. We've still got 6 days till the Watford game. So we'll just fire through that as quick as possible. In the meantime, I have tried to improve the lighting for this episode. So please do let me know if the lighting is better or in fact worse, and we'll just continually work on it. I can't get the backdrops to be as bright as I would have wanted, but my stage lighting seems to be okay, so I'm happy enough with that. It's just if you can see me clearly enough and things like that. That's the importance. I just like the lighting as a backdrop. Oh. Made of glass in real life as much as in game. Liam Bailey's been doing all right off the bench for us. He's just not. He's not composed enough. He's missing too many, but it's still a big loss because I've really only got 2 strikers. So I'm trying to retrain my wingers as strikers because I'm just not playing wingers in this formation. And Bailey was doing all right. He seemed to be a threat off the bench, so we'll miss him for a few weeks. Ings is not going to get an England call up. My backup keeper's now injured. It's only 1 to 2 days. He's not exactly going to be called into action, I'd hope, anyway. Again, telling me to sell my youngsters because of FP, which is worrying. I think there will need to be some big sales coming up at this club to stave that off and start improving the financials. How do they call it when they want a club to be self-sustainable is the word I'm looking for. Because as you can see, we're in the red and we're going to fail FFP. So it's a bit shit, but we'll take it from there. So, into October. Louis Barry seems to be doing well at Swindon, which is a positive. 7 goals in 8 games, which is a lightning start. He could maybe come back in and offer something up front down the line if he has a good season. Ben Christney's had a good start as well, which is good. I wanted him to go there and improve because I very much see him as part of the first team. It's not a bad start. So yeah, the youngsters out on loan are doing well. I'm going to check out what's his face being Jacob Ramsey. He's doing in Austria. Again, pretty average. Made 4 continental appearances for him. Interesting career path from Villa on loan at Doncaster and then Austria Vienna, but whatever works. It's good that he's getting experience. That's what I wanted him to go out on loan for. Callum Chambers seems to be training badly, which is a bit strange. But yeah, Watford game, here we go. So obviously we need really to be winning this game. I'd like to start winning games comfortably as well because we're winning by narrow margins and we've got a negative goal difference, which is not good. Did I really want to do that? Is the $1 million question. I don't think I did. Ashley Young needs a fitness test. Is he still injured? Oh, these are just short of fitness. We can live with that. Morgan Sanson, absolutely key. Big Bert's injured as well. It's less than ideal. I'm actually going to play Bert from the start. Not Bert. I'm actually going to play Sanson from the start. See how that goes. Cash, Conza Mings. Yeah. I think that's how I want it. Dini is obviously indispensable at this point. I'm going to try and play Nakamba and Tapia. No, we'll leave it at that. We'll give Tapia another game. Coutinho obviously is like Danny Ings is struggling up front, but I generally don't have another option, especially with both my wingers out injured as well. But yeah, we'll freshen up the midfield, bring Sanson in, and we'll go from there. Nakamba being aggressive again in the team talk. That's not a good sign. But here we are, let's go. So, Sanson's booked 4 minutes in. I seem to be having an issue with yellow cards in my midfield. I think maybe I'm being a bit too aggressive in that department. Tapia, Cash. Tapia, Ings. No, Cash. Watkins over the bar. Less than ideal. But we've had the first shot. That's something. Tapia over the bar, but Tapia wants a penalty. Who will take it, I wonder? See if I get that notification. It might not be a penalty, to be fair. I'm maybe thinking too far ahead. Giving it. And they're giving it to Ings. Scores. That's probably do his confidence the world of good. So I'm happy enough with that. Because he's not been playing well. Digne, come on, put it back in. Come on. Tapia. Oh, wow, what a screamer from Tapia. I did not expect that. He's another one that's been struggling. Maybe this is the game where the tide turns. That was a tremendous goal. I mean, I've got replays turned off, but I'm tempted to watch that one again. Sanson, Tapia, Sanson. I think Tapia, Cash. This is much better. This is what I've been wanting from Villa. I mean, we had a rough start. I mean, they are still getting to grips with the formation and stuff, but this is much better. I mean, Tapia is obviously my only piece of business, so to see him put in potential man of the match performance in, he's just doing wonders. Sanson, Coutinho, Sanson, Mings, Watkins, Coutinho. Oh, Coutinho loses it. Right, come on, lads, defend. Kuko, Manuel Dennis. Oh, deflects off the bar. See, we are winning 3-0, but again, the XG is at 1.27. But I think we've deserved the swing in our luck because we've had a lot of times where we've been better on the XG and the goals. The scoreline's not reflected it. So I think swings and roundabouts, as they say. We do certainly deserve this kind of result based off our performances recently. I mean, there was a couple of horror shows we've put in, and I'm no stranger to criticism, because when it's bad, I'll tell you it's bad. Things with the hat-trick, perfect. That is literally exactly, if I was to write a script, what I would have wrote for this match, because I needed his confidence to be boosted. And now we'll take no risks with Sanson. We'll bring on Louise. I'd like to take Ings off, but I don't really have an option. Let's do something a little bit out there. Oh, interesting. I would have thought he could have played there a lot better. We'll go with it. We'll put Coutinho and advance forwards to give Ings the very much round of applause he deserves as he's subbed. That's poor, but we'll 4-1 up. As long as there's no collapse happening. Again, look at the XG. There's hardly anything in it and we're winning 4-1. It's just the way football goes sometimes, I suppose. It's not always played on paper. Well, it's not played on paper, that's the point. But if you're very much into your statistics, like I am, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Watkins back to nice. It's interesting that Watkins has got 6 so far this season, while Watkins is a pressing forward who's supposed to be supporting, and Ings is the main attacker. But as long as they're going in, I'm not really too fussed about who puts them in at this stage. Don't concede another. Yeah, so a very resounding 5-1 success here. Much happier with that. Sanson didn't put in much of a good game. Coutinho and Luiz were not the best, but everyone else seemed to put in a great performance, so happy. Much better. Back into the positive in goal difference. Now though, it does get harder from here because Man United in 2 weeks, they're away. Mings is now put. Jesus, I'm paying out loads of these clauses. So another international break to get through, I'm afraid. Again, not much is going to happen, but I will get through it as quick as possible, and we will see where we go from that. To be honest, you're not gonna miss anything, but I'm gonna cut away here, so we'll see you again in a moment. And we're back. So, you've not missed anything really of note. Obviously, we're now on the day of the Man United game. Christ, that's some game. We're on the day of the Man United game, and we've got Lucas Digne picked out an injury during the international break. I don't think he was on international duty. I think he just did it in training. Yeah, received in a training incident, so that's quite the confidence knocker. Matty Cash has not come back really fully conditioned. He's tired, so I'm going to have to rest him as well. And it's just not really ideal preparation after our biggest win of the season, because it means Ashley Young has to come in. Tappier's the same. He's not gonna make the fitness levels this game, so we'll bring John McGinn back in. And Coutinho again. Buendia is not fully fit, but I'm going to have to juggle that position a little bit and hope. I have Bertrand Traore back though, and it looks like Leon Bailey's not too far away as well. He's passed the fitness test, so we can put him on the bench. So it's not the end of the world, but like a lot of people wouldn't even rest players like that, but I am massive on that. If that is not full, I will rest them. I just think they're not going to perform to an optimal level anyway. But let's see how we go. Away at Man United, which nowadays is not obviously what it used to be, but in game I think United is still reasonably good. So let's try and kick on and get a positive result at Old Trafford. And hope that Digne is not the bigger loss that I fear he will be, because he's been our best player by some way, to be fair, so far this season, Lucas Digne. But here we go anyway. Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes. Oh, McTominay's in. McTominay scores. Yep. So that's not the start we wanted. Not the start at all. But we go again. Come on. Ashley Young. Sanson. Back to Martinez. Martinez spraying some nice balls. Come on, Ashley. Against your old club, you want to do something. Oh my god. Gives the ball away. Conza's be able to pick that up though, but I just don't trust Ashley Young. Even as a backup, like, he will certainly not be getting a contract renewal. Ronaldo 2-0, and that's probably any hope of getting anything out of this game already over. But we continue. Yeah. Ashley Young trying tricks. Mings, Martinez smashes it. Nah, I think we're going to get battered here, to be honest. Pogba's in, that's a good tackle, but Ronaldo's in to score anyway. Yeah, we're getting absolutely hammered here. 3-0 from 0.9 XG. The XG really is not been favourable this season. We're getting, it's like we're losing badly. It's 4-0. It's like we're losing badly when we shouldn't really be. I mean, that was an easy chance. That's why the XG's leaped up. But again, beat Watford 5-1, which again you should really be doing to get hammered 4-0. Now, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not really one for changing tactics, which means I'll probably end up falling on my sword. But if we're getting battered week in, week out, then I'm going to have to look to make a change for the tactic. Which is not too bad because I haven't done too much intensive recruitment. I've just literally signed one player. So I could still, at this point, really still change the tactical direction if I needed to. But we'll see. It's just tricky to try and get every position in sometimes in a team, because for some reason Villa's recruitment in the summer seem to, like, they've got 2 strikers and 2 centre attacking mids and some wingers, but it's hard to get Buendia, Ings, Watkins, Coutinho all in the same team. I mean, John McGinn's pulled a goal back, so that's something, but it's quite the challenge. Speaking of Watkins, he's having a bad game, so give Bertrand a chance off the bench. I'm not going to risk Bailey. I'm going to let Bailey stay on the bench and rest for this game. I just don't see the point. We're 4-1 down. If he picks up another injury, it's just wasted. Come on, Ings. Oh, that's a poor effort. It was a good ball by Nakamba. As I expected, Nakamba's been quite good for us. Yeah, we'll just keep it with the team. There's no real point in making changes for the sake of it at this point. I just hope there's no more goals, which are famous last words. We seem to be playing a little better this half. I mean, we were just shell-shocked in the first 25. Come on, Villa. That's it. That's better. Not that goal. That clearance isn't better. Interesting. They've subbed Ronaldo off on a brace. He's got 2 in 2 minutes, and they've brought Jesse Lingard on for him. So it's an interesting substitution. United. Oh my God, Konza. Konza dispossessed. Fred goes on to score. That's a shocker. That is a shocker, I'm afraid. I do not have a defence for that. Bertrand Traore again hitting the bar. I've had a real issue with coming off the bench, players missing good chances. I mean, I hit the post and bar quite a few times with Bailey in previous games as well. But dear at the bar again. Are we going to go back-to-back 5-1s? Oh, Ashley Young as expected. That's better. Ings, no, can't pull one back. I think it's going to, hopefully, no more goals for United. There we go. That's a bit better. So again, according to this, like 5-2 flatters them. But it's hard to take heart from a game like this where there's been individual mistakes and we just got blown away in the first 25 minutes. It is hard. I mean, Ings is finding the net, which is a positive, but I mean we've had more shots than them. We've just had less on target. But yeah, that. No, I'm not happy with that. Even if the game thinks I should be, I'm not happy with that. Back down to negative goal difference. It's not the end of the world, but we need to be doing better than that. And Spurs is another stiff test. But again, it seems to be we can perform well at home. Although we've played 3 teams that aren't of any real quality, but away from home we're just not good. Whether that's a tactical tweak needed or what, we'll soon find out, I imagine. But we're 100% in the league at home. It's just away I think we've lost every game. We're absolute epitome of consistency. Consistently inconsistent. Away from home lose, or home win. But again, we're we're still quite early into this save, so it's only October. We've played what? 8 games, 7 games, 8 games. So again, like I did speak about, if I need to make a tactical change, I'm not afraid of doing it. I mean, usually my recruitment would have been more intensive around the tactic, but because of the finances available, I have literally only been able to bring in one player, so it's not as bad, because that one player can still be useful in other tactics, if that makes sense. If I had good money, I would certainly be raiding the championship. Why has this guy come up? Interesting. Sure, I know that name from somewhere. I don't know. I think we'll slot Spurs game in, and then we'll call this episode. So we've done 2 games. Well, we would have played 3 games, but I mean we've done 2 games in this month. That sounds a plan to me, and then we will have Newcastle. Oh, sorry, no, I tell a lie. We would have done 3 games this month. Then we'll have Newcastle, Brentford, West Ham, and Burnley. So it's a nice, easier on paper run coming up, so we can hopefully start to build some momentum. But like I said, we'll just take it a game at a time. We'll see how we get on against Spurs, and we'll take it from there. I've never heard of this chap. Head physio. Fair enough. Looks decent, to be fair. Thought it was a player that Chelsea were after. Well, I knew it was a player when the picture came up, but I mean, I was curious. Okay, Bondi is now bruised his thigh. That means he's not playing against Spurs. Coutinho should hopefully be fit to come back in though, so it's not the end of the world. The thing, it seems to be I can either have one or the other with Bondi or Coutinho. I'm struggling to get both of them on the pitch at the same time because it's just not feasible. Not without playing some kind of 4-2-4 or something, which is just like there's just no point doing it. Having almost 4 forwards. Fleetwood's assistant manager has been interviewed for the Rochdale job. Okay. I know the name from somewhere actually, but I might be thinking of another Nicholson. But anyway, I'm just on a tangent now. Spurs game. Here we are. Let's end on a positive. Dini's still out, so options are just sparse. Tappy is in, but no, I'm gonna bring Louise back in. I'm gonna play that. Tricky though because I can't really drop McGinn. But I really don't want to leave Nakamba out after his performances. It seems to be this DLP position's cursed. Whoever I put there just isn't performing well at the minute. No, we'll leave it at that. We will leave it at that. I'm not going to mess too much. Buendia again, there's just no point risking him if he's injured. Leo Bailey's still, he's not fully fit, but I probably will give him some minutes this game, seeing how it goes. But again, I've been able to recall some of my more established players this game, so I'm hoping we get a nice early goal. But that might be me being an optimist. But no, I think again, Spurs against, they're a tough side, but it's a winnable game. Actually, I'm doing some defending though. But yeah, this Spurs team will be hard to get a result out of, but it's possible. It's all Spurs at the minute, but Ings, Watkins, McGinn, Coutinho, that's nice football. Coutinho, oh, well defended. Christian Romero though. Coutinho, oh, have I got another penalty? I'm thinking handball. Penalty awarded. Kane's handballed it. Ings with another chance from the spot. Scores. So yeah, he's up to 5 goals now. So the start of this episode, he had no goals in the league. So it's certainly a purple patch for him, and it's one that I'm more than welcome to see, because he should be leading the line, he should be the main striker. I kind of want the 15, 20 goals a season from him. I mean, 25 would be nice, but I think I'm being optimistic there. But as long as somebody's finding the net, I think that's what I need. I need more consistent goals, because, I mean, I'm either getting blown away by teams or I'm narrowly beating teams, with the Watford game the exception. Like, Everton was 3-2, but, like, that probably flatters me slightly. It's hard to strike a balance, things in again. Oh, he loves to shoot from quite far out like that. He's done that a few games now. Konza, Ashley Young, Mings, McGinn, Coutinho, come on. Oh, Coutinho. He's just not finding the net consistently enough for a player of his ability. But again, there might be fitness issues, etc. Getting used to the tactic. Tapia seems to be developing, which is positive. Get in. Good ball from Coutinho. Tyrone Mings for 2-0. Good stuff. Now, can we hold on? I am going to take things off. Give Leon Bailey some minutes, as I promised. I hope I don't live to regret that. And I do want to get Nakamba involved, because he hasn't really done anything to deserve being dropped. He's just a casualty of the rotation at the minute. Let's just hope we don't collapse. Oliver Skip scores for Spurs. That puts them back in the game, but we're still leading. Clean sheets are hard to come by at the minute, but I'm not really surprised. Watkins, McGinn, Young, McGinn, Young, McGinn. McGinn loses possession. Oh my god. This is where it gets nervous. Like, this is where I'd want the third goal. Bailey scores. He's been threatening that for quite a few games prior to his injury. Just makes me more again, this is more of a resounding success. We've scored 3 goals from 2.58 xG. Bentancur pulls another back. It's never dull watching this save. There's always goals, whether it's for me or against me. Can we hold on? Because this would be a good win in my opinion. I would hate to throw it away from here. Coutinho off the bar again, my lord. How much closer can the boy come? That's it, just smash it clear. Bailey, you've got the pit. No, Bailey, don't run. No, Bergwijn hits the post. Oh man, this is end to end. There's a lot of goals from corners this game as well. I think that's 3 or 2 in this game. Emerson, Dyer, Douglas Luiz with a good tackle. What? What? I certainly have misread that situation, because I thought that was a good tackle. And he's been red carded. My god, that could be the spanner. Oliver Skip, Jesus. Oh, my heart. Can't take this. Thought it was another then for a second. Nakamba picks up a yellow. Oh, Martinez again. Blow the whistle, ref. Coutinho, surely now. Surely now. Blow the whistle, come on. That'll do. I mean, I am going to watch that again, if I can. What? See? Even Football Manager's confused. Anyway, that might be one to appeal, but that won't be something for next time, because we're going to leave this episode here after a positive result puts us back into the top 10. So, well, Gary McAllister disagrees, but I'm actually going to appeal for a change. Well, there you go, bonus content. Thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you next time.